a pipe bender, a wooden ruler, and some straight pipe. Toyota that needs a muffler. Good morning, everybody. This is Daniel with Peace and Plenty Farms. Going to be working on this Toyota, getting the muffler installed today. If you've been following along, you know that I took this truck to a couple of different muffler places. And I knew all along I was going to need a custom exhaust because I put a 3.4 into a 94 Toyota and they never made that combination. And the exhaust is coming out the same side as the fuel tank. So the fuel tank, you can see I had to switch it around to this side right here. I had to make a hole in the bed because the fuel tank is on this side. And this bed came off of a 95. So the exhaust on this 3.4 is coming down the same side of the passenger side of the vehicle, the same as the gas tank. So it's kind of running into the gas tank. So what I need to do is I need to bend it over to the other side and then tie into the muffler and then go up over the axles. And I'd like to put in duals coming out the back. So nothing like that is pre-made, so you have to have a custom muffler shop install it. Now, there was a senior fella, come to find out he was 75 years old, I'd have said he was 60, that had a muffler shop right down the road here. So I wasn't thinking it was going to be a big problem when I finished this. I would just take it less than a couple of miles away and have him put the muffler on for me. But when I went down there, he had retired due to the cough, the global cough. He just said, I'm closing up and going out of business. So I went to the place where he sold all of the equipment. And they kind of were rude, really put me down and kind of talked. You just hate to give somebody your business when they're rude to you. So I'm driving this Toyota around with no muffler. And so I drove it all the way up to town and dropped it off at Meineke. Well, I had to make an appointment, wait a week, dropped it off. Okay, it was a Friday. I told all my friends, I told Ingrid, I said, I guarantee you they call me and say they can't get to it until Monday. Now, keep in mind, they were estimating the price per hour at over $200 an hour. He quoted $170 per hour, but you know by the time they double the cost of the parts and pad the hours a little bit, they're going to be, $225, $250 an hour. And they couldn't get it done on Friday, just like I said. So they said, leave it here till Monday. We'll do it first thing Monday morning. I said, okay, no problem. Let's just get it done. Monday, I drove by there after lunch. No, I called them. I called them on Monday. We'll do it first thing Tuesday morning. I said, okay, it's not that big of a job. I think you can handle it. So Tuesday, I wait until about lunchtime. I go up there, nothing. It's still sitting in the very spot that I dropped it off 2 weeks ago. So I go in there and the guy just hands me the key. Here, my guy took a vacation, blah, blah, blah. So, I'm back to square one. Of course, everybody I talk to says that you cannot bend this pipe with a pipe bender. Now, I've had cheaper versions of these pipe benders, but the $90 one, which is the cheapest one you can get, and then there's about a $180 version, but they were sold out, and so I went ahead and got this clutch. Now, I paid close to $300 for this one. But what's nice about this one is it has a 2.5-inch bender and a 2-inch bender. Also comes with this massive 3-inch bender and a lot of smaller benders, so I could bend small pipe or whatever. So this is my muffler expander. You put this in there and you can tighten it up and you can expand the end of the pipe a little bit to make a tight fit. So they said it can't be done. Here's the pipe bender. The trick to this is going to be the ruler. I'm going to explain to you how I'm going to do that. And that's going to be the key to this project, is the ruler. And here's the bent pipe. Here's the straight pipe. Now, I did pick up some pieces that I could find here and there around town, some 45s and some 2-inch and 2 1/4 inch 45s, because if the pipe bending thing doesn't work, I do have some backup pieces here and some backup pieces here, and these are the chrome tips that I'm going to try to put on. Got plenty of clamps. I don't know what I'll need as far as clamps and hangers, but I just grabbed a bunch of them. Of course, here's the muffler. It's a 1 in, 2 out. So it's 2 1/4 in and 2 2-inch ones coming out. Well, let's come grow together. Let's see how it does. Thanks for watching. Okay, so now you can see I've got this wood and I'm sliding it in and out of the muffler pipe right there. And I'm going to set it on 7, but when I get it out, I'll just do 2 inches overlapping this pipe right here. Now this is the pipe coming, this was an original piece that I had. I was able to get to fit on here. There's a temporary pipe strap right there. That was just to drive it up to the muffler shop. But the catalytic converter is already on. I was able to fit that, get past the 4-wheel drive unit right here. So we're on to the easy part. But this wooden ruler gives you the ability to make a bend right here at each joint. And you see how I'm able to cross over. Here's the drive shaft right here. I'm able to cross over to the other side away from the gas tank, and I'm able to do the bends to see where I'm at. And now I've got it straight heading towards the, you can see the muffler hangers right there. That's where the muffler's going to hang, and then the duals will go from there, and I'll just do the same thing with this wooden ruler again. So I'll bend the pipe at each one of these bends that I've got in the ruler. And if I need to, I can bend in the center. There you go, at 27, I can find the center. This ruler also gives me the length. The first piece of pipe needs to be cut at 48 inches so that I can get all my bends in it and have enough room to get it in here. Okay, let's see how we do. Okay, let me show you what I have learned so far. What I did is, now we figured it was a 4-foot piece of pipe that we needed, but I went ahead and cut the 10-footer in half so I'd have a little bit longer length, 5 foot to work with. Now, this kit came with a 2 1/2 and a 2-inch piece of pipe. So I started out with the 2-inch first, and you can see where I've already kinked it really bad right there. But what I did is also, I want to show you that I drew a line right in the center of this. So I've got a line all the way through that can help me get it in there straight. So I took the 2-inch, which is a little bit too tight, but I grinded the edge of it right here. This is the 2 1/2. I'm just using it as an example. I grinded the 2-inch one right here and right here, just ground off this little sharp edge. And it forced it down in there, forced it down in here, which is giving me a tighter fit, and I'm hoping that that will stop it from kinking like that. So I pressed it a little bit. I've already pressed it. If I back up from the kink right there through, I pressed it one time. But I had these rollers up 1 notch, and it was starting to, you know, press in and make a dent into the pipe. So I let the hydraulic cylinder down, and I moved the wheels down 1 so as to give it another place to bite and not kink the pipe. You can see right here where the roller was starting to kink it right there. But now I've moved the roller down 1 notch right here. I moved the roller in and down, and it'll be landing right here now, and I'll be able to give it another bend. So let me let's see if I can press it with the camera. I've got it all set up, ready to go. So you tighten the hydraulic lift like that. And then, you know, we'll just watch our line to make sure that it won't move now. It's in that pipe, that 2-inch holder, pretty tight. So we got to go quite a ways. So I don't know. You can see it's starting to give a little bit. Let's come around and sight it down through here. Yeah. So you can see that it's got a good fair amount of bend. Let's take it out and check it, because we certainly don't want to go too far. Now what I'm doing is I'm laying the pipe down right here on the bench, and then I've got my ruler over here, and I'm trying to get this. This is the first bend coming this way. I'm trying to get that one done first, and I just very carefully take the ruler over and hold it up to the pipe, see if I need to go a little bit further, and then put it back in there and go a little bit further. And again, this time I'll be able to move the rollers in just a little bit more, so I'm pressing on a different area. I'll do that and keep you informed. Let's see how it goes. Okay, well, there's definitely a learning curve on this one. So this is how far I've gotten. Now, I know this piece of pipe bender, this 2-inch, is really tightly wedged on here, but that's the only way I can keep it from kinking. You can see it kinked really bad right here with the 2.5-inch pipe bender. See, now this piece here is too big. It fits on there and leaves too much of a gap, and it just kinked it. So I went with the 2-inch. 2.25 would have been perfect, but I don't have that. Needless to say, this is no good, but it looks to me like I'm going to be just experimenting the rest of the way and see how I can do as far as getting the compound curve. Even if I get it down like this, I have to start back the other way with it. So we're just having fun with it right now, just see if I can do anything with this. Now what I can do, even though this is crushed right here, I've got this pipe straightening, expanding tool that I could put in the end of here and straighten this. But I'm gonna try to lift this and carry it over here and show you what I'm doing. So I've got that black line, and I'm laying this right on that black line to see if I've got the proper bend. So I can line it up on that side, and then I can line it up this short piece of the wooden rule on the black line. So you can see right here at 18 is where my next bend needs to be. So I'm going to remove this black piece, going to move it over a little bit, and I'm going to just crank on it and see if I can get another bend in it. Like I said, it looks like I'm just experimenting with this piece from here, because it's got this kink in it, and I don't think I'll have enough length down here. But I'm learning the pipe bender, and maybe I've got one more 5-footer. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, sorry about the fan running in the background, but it's going to be 100 today, and I just can't keep turning that fan off. I've got to keep it going. You can see how I've got this ruler lined up. Now remember, we had 7 was where the cut off is on that pipe, so we need 2 inches straight. So I'd have to straighten all this, but I just kinked it right here, kinked it hard, and I'm coming around. I've got it straight, but look, I've still got to go. This black line needs to come all the way over to here, and I've already kinked it back here. So this looks like a failure. It's just not gonna. I'm just not going to be able to make that tight of a bend with the pipe bender. So on to plan B. Okay, sorry about the fan noise. I'll try to speak up, but you can see how I've got this tape measure laid right here. And remember, the 7 was right where the pipe was cut. And I have about 1 inch of overlap down there, but you can see that I've got it coming straight onto here. And then we follow the curves through here. And I'm only off just a little bit right here. I just need to pull this over to where it'll meet right there. So I went ahead and put these joints together so that they would be a little bit more solid. And then right here in the middle, patience is going to be the key. I'm going to bend it, but I'm going to hit it, 1, 2 places. Actually, I'll probably start up here and hit it just a little tiny bit here, a little tiny bit here, and a little tiny bit here, and put a curve in that to get this to come around to where my tape measure is. So that's what I'm doing. This is plan B. Let's see how it goes. Okay, I'm going to be piecing together a lot of videos, but I don't want to just do it and say, aha, there it is. and not tell you what I'm doing. So I'm going to be shooting a lot of short videos. So you can see how the wooden tape measure, I've got it right in line with the exhaust that's coming in. And then I put these two 45s on, which gave me a good solid pressing point for the pipe bender. The pipe bender has these wheels, and that's where the kink comes in. It's right here. You don't have enough surface right here. Now when the pipe is laying in here, you don't have as much problem, but right here is where it is. But I was able to set the rollers right on these joints, one here and one right here. And now you can see that I've got it straight, and I didn't kink it or anything. It's got a nice gentle bend. I hit it in 3 different places right across here, and I moved the rollers in. So like I said, it's patience and just a little tiny bit of pushing, and one here, and one there, pushing it. So let's get underneath there and see how this fits. So far I've only got 1 inch of this sliding up on there. I may have to take that expanding tool and try to expand this a little bit more, but I wanted to fit it together. That way I can actually hammer on it with my rubber hammer and see if I can get more than 1 inch. If I can get 1.5 inches and get a clamp on there, that'll be fine for me, because if it does leak, I can just weld around on the end. Okay, let's keep on going. Good morning, everybody. This is Peace and Plenty Farms, the little homestead, and I'm going to jump right into what I want to talk about today, because actually I'm just doing a quick video to finish up the muffler pipe bending and installing that we were doing earlier this week. This is the pipe bender right here, and so I'm just wrapping up what we were doing. So here's the pipe bender, of course, and I just want to summarize what I learned in this whole thing. Of course, we were doing the ruler, where we laid the ruler out, and so we would go underneath the truck, and we would put the ruler in there where we needed it, where we needed the exhaust to go, and then I attempted to bend the pipe according to the ruler, but several pieces kinked on me because I was just pushing the bending too far. And what I mean is, you can bend in between these angles that are available. So this pre-bent pipe, this is a 20, and then they make a 45, and then they make a 90. In between there is what the pipe bender will do for you. It will not give you you could probably get a 20 if you had a long enough length and you hit it, 10, 15 times, and you had a long enough swing, you could do it. But if you've got a tight area and you need to get a 20 or a 45 or a 90 in, you're going to have to do it with these pre-bought, pre-bent pieces. And what that means is you're going to have multiple hose clamps in there, which is what I didn't want. So I found that if I had a situation like this where I've got the ruler, straight here, it's working out fine, it's coming up here and it's working out fine, and I'm off a little bit there, I could put this center section in the bender and finish bringing that around to line up with what I need. That's what I found out is the situation with it. It's a combination of short pieces, pre-bent, pre-bought sections with a hose, with the pipe, the muffler clamps on it here and here. So let me show you the system that we ended up with on the truck. Now, excuse the mess. I'm going to clean all this up and change gears here in just a minute, but I wanted to finalize this video before I move on to other things. So you can see I've got the exhaust tips are in. There's one here, and I did another one over there like we saw earlier, where I've got the muffler that is a 1 in and 2 out. Now let me show you under here what we did. Boy, what a mess, but I just want to get this video done and then move on to something else. You can see with this pipe here all the little tiny spots where I put it through the pipe bender multiple times. So from the muffler all the way out, I didn't have to have any pieces. I was able to get it all in there in one piece. But with this one, you can see that it was too sharp of an angle to do it with the pipe bender. It would just crush the pipe. And plus this one here was a compound bend. It's going up and turning right at the same time. It was so much easier to do that with a pre-bent piece. So there's a couple more clamps in here that I would have liked, and where I order my muffler pieces from, the guy was on vacation this week. So instead of, you know, getting a 4-foot piece of pipe right here and eliminating this clamp in the middle, I had to get what was on the shelf, which was two 2-footers, in order to make this section right here work. But it's all up in there. I've got these. I had to build a little triangulated piece here to hold this muffler bracket right here. But I've got the rubber bushings in there. All the rubber bushings are in, and I think it turned out okay. You can use the pipe bender, like I said, on long runs like this. The trick is you can see the multiple places that I pushed it multiple times. I worked my way along and came all the way out. Sharp bends, you've got to have the pre-made pieces. Okay, well, that's how it worked out. On that wooden ruler, it also tended to snap back straight fairly easily. So I had these little when you have this thing and you're trying to get it to get your angle, and see how it snaps back straight. Sometimes I found that I needed to be right where it wanted to snap. Say it's just about ready to snap straight right there. Well, I put a little black clip on it, a little paper. It's like a paper clip, but it's a big pincher to hold it right where I wanted it. Same thing on here. Just something to hold it so it wouldn't snap back straight, because it was such a minor bend right there. Well, this is the final video on this. This is Monday morning. I did the exhaust last week. I ran out of muffler clamps, so the 2 1/4. I grabbed some of those, even got a couple of extra ones because I actually had to go to 4 different auto parts dealers twice. So that's 8 different times that I went to find the pieces that I needed. Things are just not in stock anymore like they used to be. Okay, sorry about the mess. Let me get cleaned up, get the truck down, and I need to get this thing ready for inspection. I've got the SRS bag, the airbag sensor light is on. The wiper motor is not working, and a couple other small things. I just need to walk around it, get it ready for inspection, and we will be driving it. Thank you everybody for watching, and remember, it's about the harvest.